Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. We got the full footage of Gucci Mane allegedly being forced to sign the contract by Pooh Shiesty. Don't miss it. Just make sure you understand that this unique Mecca audio. I went to prison for 26 years for running the streets. I done been involved in this, seen this, experienced this. And I'm gonna give you the street perspective, so you don't wanna miss this. All right? You know we're gonna have some jewels today, so just sit back, enjoy the ride. I'm gonna play the videotape and I'm gonna break it down and explain to you what is going on from a street perspective, because, you know, we ain't gonna get the game twisted over here at Unique Mecca Audio, man.
Oh, you dropping this dumb deal. Bro, let them know it's a done deal, bro. Why is it a done deal? Let them know you dropping me,
I'll drop you.
No, say it.
Who should I say drop from 1017?
Shout out to real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did that. It's done.
What you do?
You drop.
All right, so what's going on right here, right, from a street perspective, right? Let me get a little music in this, right? From a street perspective, Gucci Mane got caught with his drawers down. Bottom line. He got caught with his drawers down. Look at him. He went there empty-handed. You're supposed to be a gangster. That's what you rapped about. Not picking sides, just let it be known. This is what we see. This is what I heard from. I was in prison serving 26 years. I said, Gucci real. Now, him getting caught with his drawers down like that and him surrendering and saying, man, yeah, you got that. Yeah, I signed you. Yo, when the dude got the ops on you, you do what you got to do to get out. I don't know what you social media dudes talk about Gucci Mane this because, you know what I mean, he said yeah and he played it long on the tape and what was he supposed to do? Pop off when they got Dracos? Like, what part of the game are y'all really playing? Gucci did exactly what he was supposed to do. Get out of there alive. But now we don't agree with Gucci getting out of there and calling the police. Now that's a violation. From the street perspective, that's an ultimate violation. So you understand. Now, Gucci Mane rock Pooh Shiesty to sleep. That's what this video is gonna be about. I'm gonna break it down, so make sure y'all pay attention to this. Gucci Mane rock Pooh Shiesty to sleep. Now, I'm talking about from day one that led up to this moment. While this is going on, this alleged hijacking of the contract, while this is going on, Pooh Shiesty's letting them know, I ain't never did no police. Gucci Mane, in Pooh Shiesty's mind, is gonna keep it on the street level. Let it be known, yeah, I got you. I caught you with your pants down. I got my contract back. That's the end of that. Because we're gonna take a ride. Don't forget this happened with Eazy-E and Suge Knight and what was it, Jimmy Heller. They didn't go to the police. And those was businessmen. Those was CEOs. Those was equivalent to Gucci before Gucci. And they took the loss. Take another ride, right? When Ice Cube ran up in there with the baseball bat and terrorized that place, they didn't call the police. I'm just speaking the facts. Don't hold me responsible for giving y'all the facts. This is the way it play out in history because the men that was coming in the rap game was real street men that stood by street code and they understand if you get caught with your pants down, that's the end of it. You don't press charges. And somebody put it in the comments, right? Let me know. Did Vanilla Ice press charges on Suge Knight? Like, where this new generation come that you run to the police because you got caught with your pants down when you outside sticking and moving? Somebody explain this to me. I'm gonna play some more so you could hear Pooh Shiesty talking to him, Gucci Man, like he's a street dude and he's letting it be known, I got you. Tell them what happened. That's why he recorded it. Nobody expected it to turn into what it turned into, but that's what it turned into. Just so you understand, that wasn't never the plan, but it turned into that. And Pooh Shiesty thinking Gucci Man ain't gonna go with it, but check this out, then I'm gonna get into my commentary.
You said you want to be dropped, you dropped.
Signed the paper,
I signed the paper, it's done.
Oh, you dropping this done. Bro, let them know
It's a done deal.
bro.
It's a done deal.
Look at the Drake.
Let them know you dropping me,
I'll
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
Pooh Shiesty dropping 1017.
Shout out.
See, he really thought that it was gonna remain in the street. Now, who was this supposed to be right here? That's his father, right? His father was with him. That's a whole nother video. But let me ride into this one, right? I'm gonna explain to you about the street contract trap. This is the street contract trap, right? That's what this is about. Listen close. This ain't just about Gucci Man. This ain't about Pooh Shiesty. This is about what happens when a young street dude believes an image. Pooh Shiesty believed the image that Gucci Man was pushing. This is about what happens when music, business, street pride, guns, contracts, egos, and federal law all meet in one room. And once they meet, somebody's leaving with jewelry missing. Somebody's leaving with paperwork signed. And somebody's leaving with the feds building a case that can take the rest of your life. The video people are talking about allegedly shows the contract release situation. I just showed it, right? Gucci Man sitting there. Pooh Shiesty and his people allegedly applying pressure. And the coldest part of this, Pooh Shiesty and his people allegedly applying pressure, and the coldest part is this. Gucci don't appear to be the one with the gun. The man whose whole public image was built on being the realest street figure in rap is now sitting across from a young street dude who thinks he understands the code. Pooh Shiesty felt like he understood the code, which he do. But Gucci Man is not playing by that code. Was all this a fake for the rap industry? But the lesson is simple. You can't judge nobody by their image. You judge them by what they do when pressure hits the room. Now pressure done hit and Gucci folded. He was supposed to fold and say what he wanted to say, but he wasn't supposed to fold and go to the police. He was supposed to either handle it or let it go. And that's it. Not promoting violence. We don't do that, Unique Mecca Audio. Like I said, I did 26 years in federal prison, and I'm doing this channel to prevent everyone from going down the path that I went down. Just so you understand. Let me slide over to another screen for you, right? Let me slide over to another screen for you so that we can get this right. Now, the jewel in this, right? Y'all want the jewel, right? You like that, Bell? All right. Jewel, never gamble your life on another man's image. Give them your verdict in the comments. Let me hear your verdict in the comments. Was this street code, business pressure, or a young man walking into a federal trap? Put your verdict in the comments. Now, Gucci's image, he rocked young Pooh Shiesty to sleep. He rocked young Pooh Shiesty to sleep. Let's keep it real. A whole generation grew up on the Gucci Man. They watched the interviews, they heard the records, they saw the reputation, they heard the I'll never tell energy that he portrayed. They heard the I don't play police games energy. They heard the street certified talk. And when you're young and you come from the environment, you don't always separate entertainment from reality. And that was Shiesty's biggest mistake. You think the man on the song is the same man in the interrogation room. You think the image is the oath. You think the reputation is the paperwork proof. But life don't work like that. A rap image is not a contract. A street slogan is not a guarantee. A hard song is not a legal waiver, right? And a man saying he'll never do something does not mean he won't do it when his life, his money, his safety, and his business are on the line. Now, let's get to the jewel. The streets will sell you an image, but the courtroom will show you the truth. Report to the class. Y'all, come on in, y'all. Come on in. We're gonna let y'all ride into the classroom, right? Now, did Pooh believe the brand more than the man? Did Pooh Shiesty believe the brand of Gucci Man being the realest trigger out there? Put it in the comments. Pooh Shiesty thought he was dealing with the same cloth. This is where it gets cold. Pooh Shiesty is allegedly in that room thinking he's dealing with another street man, not a regular businessman, not a corporate executive, not a civilian, not somebody who is going to go file a police report. In Pooh Shiesty's mind, Gucci was supposed to understand that he caught him with his pants down. He was supposed to keep it street. He was supposed to take the loss. He was supposed to walk away and handle it without law enforcement. That was Pooh Shiesty's thinking. That's the trap. Because when you assume another man lives by your code, you already lost. You don't know what another man is going to do after the guns go away, after the pressure go away, when there's no pressure. Remember that word, pressure, pressure, pressure. Because pressure busts pipes and expose men for who they really are. You know what is going on, right? You know what he's gonna do. You don't know what he's gonna do after he go home. You don't know what he's gonna do after he get with Keisha and she say, well, y'all do, man. Oh, y'all gonna make man rob us for all that blood, clean money, and y'all tell us every so. I saw y'all go on with him. And the pressure came down at home too. So now he have to live with one pressure saying, well, I do, you can't do them things there. Don't make the man take your things. Go to the police, man. And then the pressure of, but I'm Gucci, man, that street dude. I mean, you don't know who's gonna call. You don't know what statement he's gonna make. You don't know the song that he's gonna record. So you don't know what the feds already got. Pooh Shiesty never in his wildest dreams thought that Pooh Shiesty was gonna go to the police, much less make a song about it. If y'all want me to do a video how Pooh Shiesty feel while he's sitting in that cage right now and hearing that song, put it in the comments. And before we go any further, right, just so y'all know, I'm Unique Mecca Audio. I served 26 years in federal prison. I was one of the biggest kingpins on the East Coast. Been on the streets since the 70s, do what I do. Not to brag, just letting you know my resume. You know what I mean? But if you want this content to get out, you have to hit the like button, the comment, a couple of emojis, I don't care what it is, and definitely hype it. That's how this message get to the youth, because this video is gonna get so crazy. And if you want something for you, cop the book of Raw in Harlem at rawinharlem.com. Fire. Now let me get back to my story, right? Now, right, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the jewel, right? We're gonna do the jewel. The most dangerous assumption in the street is thinking another man is willing to lose like you are willing to lose your life and your freedom. Drop a jewel below. Was this Pooh misreading Gucci or Pooh misreading the whole game altogether? What do you think Pooh Shiesty read wrong? Gucci or the game? Now, the cold part about this street code thing, right? We're gonna talk about the street code. We're gonna talk about how cold it get. Street code sounds strong until consequences pull up. Everybody tough when it's just conversation. Everybody's loyal when nobody loses nothing. Everybody's solid when the pressure is on somebody else. And they loud as hell when the pressure's on somebody else. Look how they all yelling at Gucci Man now because the pressure's there. But when a gun is pointed, when jewelry is taken, when a contract is forced to be signed, allegedly, when federal agents start asking questions, when lawyers start talking life sentences, when your wife, your business, your children, your security, and your money get pulled into it. See, that was the bad part. Gucci Man's wife got pulled in it. And you know, say, Jamaica now go for none of that. Eh? So you don't know where she'll go with that, because a businesswoman that sitting there on the street and she take a man from the street and try and clean him up and make him into a good civilian. And now she feels she raised him, and now he's supposed to expose and express the fruits to the labor that Keisha has turned him around. And that's what everybody want to do, get their life turned around and get out the street. So he ain't do nothing wrong in that aspect, but he should have never gave off the false image to Pooh Shiesty that he was still cut like that. And you know Pooh Shiesty believed that from whatever Gucci Man did, I wasn't there. And you know that by Pooh Shiesty saying, I ain't never did no police. He's still talking to him like he from the street, and he don't realize this dude already calling 911 tapping on his nuts. You know what I mean? He was already saying, I'm gonna call 911 and burn this thing. You know, he said, yeah, you got that. I signed that. I'm gonna call 911. It's a wrap. Oh, me and Keisha gonna get all that money, and we're gonna get this publicity, and I'm gonna make a song. A diss song at that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call it Crash Dummy. And that's when he took his hands out and said, yo, what you want me to do? I'm getting ready to get paid off of you and this craziness. Now, a lot of people stop talking like mixtapes, right? You know how the mixtapes always go. They start talking like victims. They start talking like civilians. They start talking like businessmen. And that is why you never build your future on another man's street performance. Because you might be ready to sit down for 20 plus years. That don't mean he's ready to protect your illusion that you have of him. Gucci Man said, I don't know, I'm a whole new dude, I'm telling. Now, let's get to the code. Let's get to the jewel in this, right? Code is not a life insurance policy. Let me hear your verdict. Put it in the comments. When money and freedom are on the line, does the code still exist? Let me hear your verdict on that. When the money and freedom is on the line, do the code still exist? This is not about dogging Gucci. Let me say that for the record. This is not about dogging Gucci, but this is about using this situation to take the lesson out of it, which is what we do here at Unique Mecca Audio. So make sure you share, like, comment, emoji, all that, and hype the video to get it out. Let me be clear, right? Like I said, this ain't about sitting here dogging Gucci. This ain't about calling him names. This ain't about picking sides. Because if the allegations are true, Gucci was put in a dangerous situation. A man has a right to survive. Right? Put that in the comment. Do a man have a right to survive? And what would you do if you was in that situation with Gucci? Give me your verdict on that. A man has a right to protect himself. A man has a right to not be robbed, threatened, or forced to sign anything. That's not the debate. The debate is his image, the image that he projected to him. The debate is the contradiction. The debate is what happens when the same culture that says never tell becomes the same culture sitting inside a federal complaint, which is where Gucci sits now. This is the lesson, man. The lesson is not Gucci's wrong. The lesson is not Pooh Shiesty is right. The lesson is this, right? Stop believing street marketing. They doing that to make money, to get views, to get streams, to get sales. Stop letting rappers, labels, bosses, and legends sell you a code that they might not die behind. Right? And let me get to the jewel in that. Don't worship a reputation so hard that you ignore reality. Give me your verdict. Put it in the comment. Can a man be a victim and still be exposed by his own image? Now, right, we riding, right? We riding? Y'all want to ride? All right. Business disputes do not belong in the street, and that was the mistake. Pooh Shiesty took it to the street. Now, let's talk to the young ones, right? If you got a contract problem, get a lawyer. If you got a label problem, get paperwork. If you got publishing problems, get a counselor. If you got a manager problem, get documentation. You do not bring guns to a business dispute. You do not bring in entourage to a contract negotiation. You do not turn the label release into a federal kidnapping case. Because once you do that, the issue is no longer who owned or who owed who money. The issue becomes weapons. The issue becomes restraint. The issue becomes robbery. The issue becomes conspiracy. The issue becomes federal custody. The issue becomes trial dates, detention hearings, discovery, plea, pressure. You know what pre-pressure is? The end result of pre-pressure is decades. Plea pressure is when, let me tell you about it, let's ride with that. Plea pressure is when the police hold you in jail for 5 years, fighting the case. They putting pressure on you. I'm gonna do a whole video on that about Lil Durk because they putting pressure on Lil Durk hard body. And I'm gonna explain all the different pressures that they put you because it's pressure points. Just like you go to Acapultus, they got pressure points. Now, the issue becomes trial dates, detention hearings, discovery, and plea pressure, which adds up to decades, and that's the saddest part. The contract you were trying to escape might become smaller than the case you created. Now, let me give you the jewel on that. All right, only 22 minutes. I'm riding. Y'all mind me riding? Put in the comments if y'all mind me riding. All right, because I'm gonna cut these videos down because I just be trying to give y'all the best of me. Now, the jewel is never use street tools to fix a business problem. Everyone report to class and put your verdict in the comments. How many young artists are one bad meeting away from a federal case? How many young artists is only one messed up meeting away from a federal case? Who you think might be the next Pooh Shiesty, in other words? The feds don't care about your reputation. The feds don't care who was real. The feds don't care who had the biggest chain. The feds don't care who had the hardest verse. The feds don't care who started the label. The feds don't care who claimed the code first. They care about evidence. They care about video. They care about records. They care about who arranged the meeting. They care about who entered the room. They care about who blocked the door. They care about who held the weapon. They care about who took property. They care about who posted afterwards. They care about who got identified. And once they put that together, your street name becomes a government exhibit. Your crew becomes co-defendants. Your loyalty becomes conspiracy. Your reputation becomes a motive. And now I'm gonna give you the jewel on that, right? Now, in federal court, your image don't protect you. It explains you. Drop your jewels in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did the street set Pooh Shiesty up worse than the record label did? Do you believe the street set up Pooh Shiesty worse than the record label did? Now, I'm gonna get into the dark psychological cell, is what I call this, right? Now, imagine the silence after the headlines. We're talking about what Pooh Shiesty going through right now. So we into the dark psychological cell. Now, imagine the silence after the headlights, right? Now, the camera's gone, the blogs already moved on. The comment section found a new victim, but Pooh Shiesty still got to lay in that cell. At night, that mind starts working. Overtime, the room gets small, the thoughts get loud, the same moment keeps replaying. The studio, the contract, the guns, the words that was said in the room. The people standing there, the belief that Gucci would never go to law enforcement. Then reality hits. He did. He ratted on me, is what Pooh Shiesty is saying over and over. Pooh Shiesty's knuckles is probably bloody from hitting that cement wall with anger. I know the feeling. I told you I did 26 years and had many witnesses against me. Now, reality hits, right? He did go to law enforcement. The case is real. The indictment is real. The detention is real. The trial delay is real. The pressure is real. And that street confidence turns into courtroom anxiety. You know the anxiety that Pooh Shiesty is gonna feel when he walk in that courtroom? See, these are all videos that I'm getting ready to make because I'm making a series, so I'm just staying on the train of thought as far as telling you about the psychological part of being locked up and the consequences to it. Now, let me give you a jewel, right? You know I gotta give you the jewel. I know how much y'all love the jewel, right? The streets last 5 minutes, but the cell replays it for years and decades. Let me hear your verdict. What hurts worse, the case or realizing you misread the man? What do you think is hurting Pooh Shiesty more right now? The case that he had pending or that he misread Gucci that he would never tell? Y'all saw the video. I don't need to play it. Now, the young artist warning. Let me give you a warning to you young artists coming up that might wind up in this situation. Young artists, listen to me. Stop chasing bosses who look street. Stop signing paperwork because somebody got a name. Stop trusting the chain more than the contract. Stop trusting the image more than the lawyer. Stop thinking a street certified CEO is safer than a regular businessman. Sometimes the most dangerous person in the room is the one who knows both worlds. And Gucci learned both worlds. That's what made him so dangerous. He could talk street with you. He could talk corporate with lawyers, then talk victim language with the police, then talk marketing with the public. And you would be sitting in a jumpsuit trying to figure out when the code changed. Right now, Pooh Shiesty, like, when did the code change to a gangster like Gucci going to the police? You heard Pooh Shiesty was basically telling when he said, I ain't never do no police is. He was telling Gucci, don't go to the police. That was his street way of telling Gucci, don't go to the police. Pay attention to the video that I played. Now, the code did not change. You just found out the code was never guaranteed. Everybody does not come from the same cloth. And even when they do, everybody does not stay stitched the same way. Now, let me get a jewel. You hit 30 minutes already, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry this is so long, man, but I just feel like riding. Could I get my therapy? Now, the jewel. Never let another man's legend become your legal strategy. Give me your verdict on this, right? Should young rappers fear the contract more than the streets? I know this video gonna go viral because I'm giving you more than enough to talk about. Remember, I already showed you. I'm gonna show you again. We got the plaque. We already know I'm certified. I got about 150 something thousand, but that don't mean nothing to them people. You know what I mean? Not when you're giving a message like this. That's when comes in suppression. And only way to beat that suppression is with your help. To hit that like button, the comment, the emoji, the hype. Let's get this message out. Now, we're gonna talk, let's take a ride. We're gonna take a ride out. We're gonna talk about the unique Mecca audio verdict. That's what we're gonna call this segment, the unique Mecca audio verdict. Here's the verdict. Gucci Mane's image helped build a street belief system, right? Y'all understood that? Gucci Mane's image helped build a street belief system. Pooh Shiesty allegedly believed that belief system. The room turned dangerous, the contract became evidence, the guns became federal language, the crew became co-defendants, the image cracked under pressure. That image is cracked under pressure, man. Where they do that at? And now the streets are arguing about who kept it real. But the crazy part is, the civilians are stepping in the street business and they have a louder voice than the real because it's only a handful that know. So I sit back, don't call no names. I just let y'all know that the image cracked under pressure. And like I said, now the streets are arguing about who kept it real. But I'm telling you the deeper truth. Keep it real is not walking into a studio without a gun. As you heard me say, Gucci Mane should have had a gun. Pooh Shiesty should have known that Gucci Mane changed, was no longer honoring that cloth, that code. When he came in with two dudes with flip-flops, and you know I hate flip-flops, and no pistol in the camera. And the crazy part is they didn't even record the incident. Pooh Shiesty did. That's how much he believed in Gucci keeping it on the street where he could show Gucci the joint and say, nah, you know you can't go to police. You said you wouldn't. You know we on our word, dog. That's what Pooh Shiesty thought he was doing. If y'all want to understand why he recorded it, because you civilians trying to say, oh, he was great for recording it. That recording was for him and Gucci. He never phantom Gucci would go to the police. That's why I said 30, get a camera. You know what I mean? Now, but I'm telling you the deeper truth, right? Keeping it real is not walking the studio with a gun. Keeping it real is not forcing paperwork. Keeping it real is not trusting another man's old interviews with Gucci laying in the pool, talk about I never snitch, I never tell, I don't go to the cops. That's not it. Keeping it real is knowing when to use a lawyer instead of a weapon. Come on, Shiesty. We wanted you out here. We still want you out here. I still say, I don't give a fuck what you rat bastards say. Free Pooh Shiesty. He's living by a code. And he was duped. But was he duped by the game? Or by the man that he believed was also living by the code? Put that in the comments and let me know. Now, keeping it real is going home. So you understand, man. Going home free, that's keeping it real. Gucci did what he had to do when he said, man, you got that. I'll say whatever you want. Dude, let's take a ride, right? You know what I hate to see? I hate to see these police body cam footage when dudes is talking like they crazy to the police. Knowing they got guns, knowing that they'll body you, knowing that they've been known to body you, for what they call justifiable cause. When they get you, I'm talking to the young people, play the biggest goofy you could play. Be so goofy they don't even recognize you. Because then you have a better chance at going home free. Because if you say, nah, I ain't letting you do this, I ain't letting you do that, I know my rights, I know my this, I know my that. Don't call 20 more cars. They're gonna hold you down, bust you in the head, throw you in the car, do what they want to do and make all kind of lies up on you. So you don't go there. Just like Gucci got caught with his pants down. When the police get you, you get caught to pay the goofy. And all that, oh, don't ever talk to the police. You can talk to the police and be as goofy as you want. That don't add up to getting nobody else locked up. And you claim your own crime. That's another video I gotta do. I was talking to a youngin' and he was trying to tell me that, oh, if you plead guilty, that's ratting because you cooperated with the police. Do y'all believe, put in the comments, do y'all believe that if you plead guilty to a case, let's say you get caught with a gun and you plead guilty to that gun, you know, and you take your 10 years or 5 years, whatever they offer you, do you believe that that's ratting because you cooperated with the police when you pled guilty? Somebody put it in the comments, let me know. We're gonna get this thing bubbling so we get this thing moving, right? Now, keeping it real is not putting your family through another prison bid. Keeping it real is not becoming a lesson on somebody else's YouTube channel. Because the street is real, but the prison is realer and it's waiting for you. And federal prison don't care what anybody said on Instagram Live. The prison don't care about none of that. Now it's what you said to the police that matter. Now, let's get to the jewel. I've been on you all day. I know y'all tired, man. Oh, man. I'm gonna keep riding. I'm gonna keep riding. Real wisdom is knowing the difference between street theater and real consequences. Now I want to thank all y'all for reporting to the unique Mecca audio class, but now I need your verdict, right? Do you give Gucci, Pooh, or the culture that taught them both? Please, whose verdict do you give? Now, I'm just gonna get into the 10 viral questions. I've been on here long enough. I'm gonna get y'all to, you know, we're gonna go right here. Yeah, we gotta hit the light so y'all know when you run the video back, the questions and the jewels is where you see the diamond pop up. All right. Did Gucci Man break street code by going to the police? Put that in the comments. Did Gucci Man break street code by going to the police? The answer, the deeper answer is this. If Gucci was threatened and robbed, the law sees him as a victim, but the culture is reacting to the image he sold for years. That's the contradiction, that image that he sold for years. Now, question 2, Ron. Question 2. Let's go. Bell means question when you run it back. Did Pooh Shiesty make the mistake of believing Gucci was cut from the same cloth? Do you believe that Pooh Shiesty made the mistake of believing Gucci Man was cut from the same cloth? The answer, yes. That's the lesson. Never assume another man would live by your rules when his freedom, money, safety, and reputation are on the line. Gucci just showed you that. Now, question 3, Ron. Now, was the street, was that a street move or a federal trap? Do you believe that was a street move or a federal trap? It may have started as a street move, but once guns, robbery, and forced paperwork entered the room, it became federal language. It's a whole nother language they speak in now. Now, number 4. Can Gucci be a victim and still be exposed by his own image? Can Gucci be a victim and still exposed by his own image? Yes, 2 things can be true. A man can be wronged in a dangerous situation and his public image can still get challenged by how he responds afterwards. Now, 5, right? We're gonna go to the next one. Right? We're gonna go to the next one. Now, did rap culture help create his confusion? Absolutely. Rap culture keeps selling street codes like they're permanent contracts. Then real life shows people are more complicated than lyrics. Let's go to 6, right? Yo, y'all got now y'all got a chance to be, the keyboard warriors and respond to these comments and give your opinion. They all welcome as long as you keep it respectful. Should Pooh have handed the contract through his lawyers? Should he have handled the contract through his lawyers? 100%. A contract dispute belongs in paperwork, not in a room full of guns. That one decision changed everything. Now, see, I just hit the bell 7 times. I got 3 more to go. We're gonna give you 10 of these questions. Is this what happens when the street pride meets corporate music business? Answer, yes, the music business uses contract, lawyers uses evidence and leverage. The streets use pressure. When those 2 worlds collide, the feds usually win. Now, number 8, right? See how we knocking this down? All right, relax. I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. Man, 40 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all got things to do and I'm keeping y'all, late after class time. But, we need your verdict in the comments. Did Gucci rock Pooh to sleep with the real image? That is the cold question. Pooh may have believed the public image so much that he forgot image is not guaranteed under pressure. Now, number 9. Who is really on trial? Pooh, Gucci, or the culture? Give me a verdict on that. Who's really on trial? Pooh, Gucci, or the culture? Pooh is allegedly on trial. Gucci is publicly being judged, but the culture is morally on trial because it keeps teaching young men to trust dangerous myth that everybody's gonna keep it gangster. Now, we're gonna go to 10, man. See, now I can get out there. See how fast I knock this out for you. Now, what is the biggest lesson for young rappers from what you heard today in the unique Mecca Audio Masterclass? Now, my answer is never confuse a street legend with legal protection. Get a lawyer, read your paperwork, keep weapons away from business. Freedom is worth more than reputation. Now give me a verdict. Was the street code falling apart? Was this a young artist misreading a legend like Gucci Mane? Or was this the music industry showing that the image and the reality are 2 different things? Drop your jewels in the comments and let me know what you think. Let's make this go viral. And don't forget, copy your book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. All right? Remember, give me a little like emoji, something. Cash app on the top 2 if you're feeling generous. You already know how to do it. Make sure you hit the icon and it says it was created in 2020. All right? And you're trying to Zelle or whatever, call me at the number. I'll give you the information, right? Apple Pay or whatever. Now, let's get back to this, right? Was the street code falling apart? And like I said, was the young artist misreading the legend? Or was the music industry showing the image and reality are 2 different things? Now, thank y'all for reporting to the class because the streets are real, but the prison is realer. And I'm here to tell you, unique Mecca Audio, that it ain't worth it. But check out my man Murder Mook, who's gonna let you know how good I'm doing on here. And if y'all wanna make a video and send it to me to get on my show, hold your phone like this and make a video what you have gotten from my show, how my show have helped you, what you like about my show, and keep it about 30 seconds over here. Maybe you keep it a minute. Make it under a minute. Even 2 minutes. We'll see what we play. All right, but remember, don't hold it like this because we're not making a Instagram video. Hold it sideways. All right, then I show it on the joint. And before I go, Rob, before I go, let me come over here, and I wanna thank some people that donated. Let me get over here real quick. Where my comments at? Hold up. Here it is, right here. I want to thank Raymond Jones. Sent me a nice donation through Zelle today. Thank you, Raymond Jones. Right? Just so you understand. And a couple more people been donating. I got to give them a shout out. You know, we got James Francis, Chantel Wigfield, right? What is it? Marcus Lacey, Icon Phillips, you know, Robin Zamore. All right, Keywan, Dwayne Garrison, Jamal Walters. I mean, I keep going on. Vale 7 Cities. I mean, yo, but thank y'all for your donation. Check out my man Murder Mook and what he got from this joint, because we're going to ride out. All right?
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Mook, Harlem. You know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique. You know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, you know, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, you know, if, you know, shit be slow and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and I, like, to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe, and it just took my mind way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right.
Cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the